Absolutely. Preston, how about you? Has Bitcoin changed your worldview in any way?
I try to think about what it would be like if it wasn't in place. And I think what you would continue to have around the globe is this competitive devaluation of currency in order to engineer GDP growth amongst all the nations. I mean, it's almost like you have a tragedy of the commons amongst nations in order to devalue their currencies fast enough in order to prop up their organic and local GDP. So if you take Bitcoin out of that equation and you think about how much longer would that persist, um, I think now you're stepping into the point where you just can't do the quantitative easing route. Now you have to be doing the universal basic income as well in order to keep the social unrest from breaking apart, because we've pretty much only been using globally quantitative easing. So if you didn't have something like Bitcoin that could potentially step in and provide a solution to this mess, this competitive devaluation that you're seeing, I think what you would do is you would just get to much more of an extreme than what we're already seeing today. And from a social unrest standpoint, that would be a really kind of scary scenario to think about where that would go, because in my opinion, it's just going to drive the polarization between the wealthy and basically everybody else even further apart, as you now are trying to teeter between UBI and QE as the insertion point for liquidity. That balancing act that they have to manage without something like Bitcoin in the equation just gets to the point where I don't even think it's manageable. And I think you get into a very scary social unrest scenario. So for me, when I see Bitcoin now offering a solution to that in a manner where you're redistributing the wealth, because I mean, that's truly what's, in my opinion, going to play out here, is you're going to have one of the biggest redistribution of wealth that we've ever seen on a global scale. And that's what needs to happen in order to adjudicate a lot of this social unrest, polarization of social classes that you're seeing. It's pretty exciting for me to see that there's a solution in place that could maybe alleviate some of that from playing out if that solution wasn't in place.